Hello, everyone. Hi. Welcome to the program. Last show of the summer, barring any additional announcements. Here we go in about 17 minutes with Capcom. They're going to have a short show. They said 36 minutes, I believe, and they're going to start in about 17 minutes. And hey, I'm looking forward to them finally announcing the Maximo reboot, and yeah, I hope you are as well. Dark Void 2 is scheduled to be here. The Trojan prequel is going to be present and accounted for. I'm almost certain of that. They're finally bringing back Sun. There's a Vulgus crossover happening with Fortnite, and we're looking forward to seeing all the characters from Capcom's greatest games, like Vulgus, appearing on the Battle Pass over there in Fortnite. Yeah, Rob Lowe from Fox Hunt is going to make an appearance on the Battle Pass as well. It's a summer of Capcom, and we're really looking forward to it. They're going to reboot the reboot of Bionic Commando, and Mike Patton is back once again. This time, his pants have been infused with the soul of his cousins, and they will, kind of talk to him as he goes around and does his thing. It's pretty cool. He's got bionic pants in this one, not an arm. It's like a metaverse. It's a metaverse thing, I got a Gatorade. So, I'm ready to go. No, I mean, this is just going to be like a bunch of Monster Hunter news, right? They're going to be like, we came up with Monster Hunter skins for Exoprimal. And you're like, oh, okay. Yeah, maybe Rashid will be here in the first Street Fighter 6 DLC. They rolled out their Battle Pass for Street Fighter 6. It's like $5, which is, I think, a reasonable amount of money for it's not a huge pass full of a ton of cosmetics. Like, the stuff on it doesn't seem that awesome, but one of the first premium things you get on it is, I believe it was Legendary Wings, the arcade game, is just on the Battle Pass. And so there's a menu you can go to in Street Fighter 6 and just play Legendary Wings. And so they're just putting fucking arcade games on the Battle Pass, which is nuts. That's a really weird way to, it's just the idea, like, hey, our classic arcade game, we're throwing that into, that it's in here at all, considering the number of different retro compilations that Capcom has done, like, relatively recently, where they could have put a game like Legendary Wings, and probably did, in fact, put Legendary Wings in there. Now they're like, hey, that shit is on the Battle Pass, son. It's nuts. Unfortunately, the arcade game emulation stuff in Street Fighter 6 is very limited. You don't really have a lot of options in terms of turning off the filters and everything else. It is really just load it up and play it. If you want all the options and all that other stuff, then they have a separate a product for that, the Capcom arcade thing. That's what they call it, right? The Capcom arcade thing. They're doing pre-show, and they're talking about the commentary system in Street Fighter 6 and some of the other stuff there. I think they interviewed the Luke voice actor from Streets, and yeah, so yeah, I don't really, they did issue a list of, like, some of the stuff that they're expecting to see, right? Let me look. That is not the official Capcom account online. My daughter has hit my caps lock, I have just learned. What the fuck is Capcom Twitter? Well, it's not Capcom USA. It's Capcom USA _ Oh, good official account. What a nightmare. Dragon's Dogma 2, Exoprimal, and Ghost Trick Phantom Detective are the 3 games that they have listed, up front. I will admit to you, that is not an amazing... Well, whatever. Dragon's Dogma 2, solid. They've showed a little bit of it relatively recently, so that's cool. Ghost Trick. They're gonna remake. They're gonna put Ghost Trick back out. Ghost Trick is a great game. You don't need to tell me more about Ghost Trick other than when it's out, because Ghost Trick is dope. Exoprimal. I did not have the best of time with that beta they did. It was like, okay. It's silly. The dinosaurs fall out of the sky, and hey, what are you gonna do, right? But I don't. That game's out next month, right? So. And I guess I'm just not expecting like a meaty look at anything here, because they did show Dragon's Dogma 2 off relatively recently, and this thing is roughly 36 minutes long. So with that in mind, I don't think they'll have time to really do a deep dive on much of anything here. There was the other game that got announced at the Xbox thing, the name of which I have already forgotten, so there's always a chance that they check back. I assume at minimum, they show the same trailer again, but maybe they would have a little bit more on that. There is always a lot of people saying, like, oh, what if there's a new Monster Hunter? I think if we're going to see a new Monster Hunter, is it time for a new Monster Hunter? Are we ready for a new Monster Hunter? I'm trying to think where we're at, because, Sunbreak came out beginning of the year, right? Or was that just like it came out on PC beginning of the year? I forget what it is. Tokyo Game Show seems like the sort of place where you would announce a Monster Hunter, not here in a 36-minute video that they're putting out in the middle of the summer. So I just... anything's possible, right? But this doesn't feel like a place where you would announce a big brand new Monster Hunter game, Yes, Zack and Wiki. 2 and 3 back to back, like Back to the Future 2 and 3. They're just producing the both at the same time. Why wouldn't you? Let's do an audio check here, make sure everything is looking good here. We're at the 10-minute mark.
Parting words that you want to say?
Yeah, if you guys have been paying attention, we've been wearing these Capcom hoodies. If you guys want one yourself, go to the Capcom Amazon store. So with that, we'll see you guys later.
Capcom. Electronic Capcom as opposed to the non-electronic Capcom. Is this thing just going to tick for 10 minutes? Well, all right. Let's just mute it again. But okay, audio seems to be working. What was it? The longtime director of Mega Man supposedly just left the company. So that's I don't know if you're really gonna get a new Mega Man anytime soon. But even with that guy there, I don't think you were going to get a new Mega Man anytime soon, right? So I just the impression I've always had about the Mega Man stuff lately is when dude left the company and went on and made Mighty Number 9 and all that stuff, there was a bit of like, well, we're burying Mega Man. We F that guy, like maybe a little bit of animosity. That cold Japanese animosity that you get occasionally. The Metal Gear Survive brand of animosity, So I don't know. That stuff can go both ways, right? Yeah, they'll bring back the Dark Mega Man, the first-person shooter. Yeah, that'd be real crazy. I have to cough a bunch. Hang on. Anyway, Savako, everyone, welcome to the stream. We're counting down. This has been a really great handful of days here. We'll talk about it more on the podcast tomorrow when we kind of wrap up everything and talk about everything that I saw and some of the stuff I heard about that I did not see in person. And yeah, but this has been a good chunk of time. This has been this has felt very useful for me as someone covering games. The Playdays event, the in-person event that that Keeley put together with a big team. He's got a big staff, working on this thing. It's not, we call it Keeley's thing, and he is certainly the face of it, the guy making it happen, but he has brought in a lot of superstars around him that has done it. Link to the Pap says it's like Judges Week, right? No, it's really not. So Judges Week is E3 Judges Week, for those that don't know, was a week, it was like a month or two before E3 would happen. You would have a week where if you were a judge, you would go and see a bunch of stuff ahead of the show. And it would, but it was very regimented. Everyone was on the same schedule, where you would go from event to event to event. And so Monday at 8 a.m., everyone meet up downstairs, and we'll get on the bus and we'll go here, and then everyone goes there and then sees these EA games. EA serves you breakfast, then you get back on the bus, you go somewhere else, then someone shows up with another bus, you go to see some other event, and you're like, man, all these Namco games sure are a bunch of anime games. Oh, you got snacks. Hooray. And you get back on the damn bus, you go somewhere else, and and so everyone is moving as a group from place to place to place. The events over the weekend, the Friday and Saturday, was very open-ended, in terms of like, hey, it's a 2-day thing, it's like 9 to 6 or whatever, and these games are here. However, the majority of games are only available to see by appointment, and the appointments book up, and so it's the stuff is there, but you're not like walking up. That's not entirely. There are plenty of games that you could walk up and sit down and play. I did that in a couple. I did not have a Remnant 2 appointment, but I was looking at it. And someone said, "Hey, you want to check this out?" I said, "Yes, I do, but I can't right now. Can I come back?" And so I said, "Well, yeah, come back at 2:30." And we got room at 2:30. So it was like, it was appointment driven, but everyone kind of had openings. Like I went into it without having an Alan Wake appointment for dumb reasons. I should have had an Alan Wake appointment, but a bunch of other games bounced around anyway. But I ran into someone who was booking the Alan Wake appointments, and I said, "Dude, can you get me in at all tomorrow?" And said, "Yeah, I'll get, come by." And you got 3 o'clock. Yes, I got 3 o'clock. So, kind of get in to see stuff. And all of that. So, it's very different from the Judges Week stuff. And so you do have a little bit of downtime, or at least I had a little bit of downtime. And so it was nice because, there's a bunch of other people there that I haven't seen in like 5 or 6 years, whether it's people that are there showing off games or other press people or whatever. So it was nice to be able to just have a little chunk of time here and there to catch up with folks. And all of that. Like, I saw Jan. I haven't seen fucking Jan in person since early 2020 or something, right? And I hadn't talked to him about like a year. So, so it was nice to see folks. Is anyone wearing masks? Yeah, a handful of people wearing masks. But there are people there from all over. I talked to a couple of journalists who were there from Mexico covering the show. Someone was there from Portugal, I believe. Just a wide variety of folks from really around the world, but not overly crowded. This thing was also, it was at least twice as big as it was last year. And it was cool. It was nice. Yeah, I spoke with one Patrick Klepek for a brief period of time. That's the other thing, is everyone's kind of on the go, going from fucking place to place. So, you can have a bunch of short conversations with people. And you run into folks that are working on games and working in games, and you hear a bunch of stuff, and it's nice to hear a bunch of stuff about games. It's the sort of thing where, like, there were some really good games there, and I felt pretty solid about most of the stuff I saw and so on and so forth. And then you have a couple of conversations about like a project that probably won't get announced for a few years. And you're like, okay, that's awesome too. I'm referring to one conversation I had in particular, about something I had heard about, God, 5 years ago or something. Now, more than that, probably more than that. And I was able to see the person that I hadn't seen in a while. Time. It was like, hey, so is that thing still happening? I'm like, yeah, like it probably won't happen soon, but you know, but the idea that, you know, so yeah, just, you know, fun stuff like that of hearing like, hey, you know, after this is done, we're doing this and work on this, and you know, like those sorts of conversations are always fun. But yeah, it was nice. So we're about a minute away from this thing starting. And yeah, so now we're getting just like the last little trailers for stuff that I assume these are older trailers, right? Or not necessarily big new information. Skull and Bones? What? Just shuffle it off to Capcom. They can delay it for a few more years, and then yeah. Yeah, so I don't know, you know, yes, the Speed Rumbler reboot we'll see here, and like I said, the sequel to Dark Void will be here finally. They've been working on that for 15 years, you know. It's a whole thing. It's the biggest game Capcom has ever made, and but yeah, I assume we have a little bit more detail, or at least they rerun the trailer for that thing that was at Xbox. And then the 3 games they talked about are Dragon's Dogma 2 and Ghost Trick and Exoprimal. Pragmata. Yeah, I don't know. Anything's possible, right? I was like, oh, Zero? Resident Evil Zero? They're remaking it yet again?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Capcom Showcase. Before we get started, we'd like to share that June 11th, 2023 marked Capcom's 40th anniversary.
You should have had your thing yesterday.
A big thanks to everyone for playing our games. It's thanks to our amazing fans that we can celebrate such a milestone. We look forward to creating many more games in the years to come, and we hope that you'll continue to enjoy them.
Promising that they at least showed
now it's
a
time
little
to
Ace
show off our
Attorney
latest
in that little
titles
thing.
at the Capcom Showcase. Stay tuned until the end so you don't miss anything.
Anyway, I'm going to go. Oh, yeah.
Let's take a look at this video.
Let's take a look at this video, whatever it is. He's not going to say the name of the game. You know. Asura's Wrath 2. So yeah, my understanding is that the guy who just left the company, who was kind of the Mega Man director at this point, was also one of the guys behind Asura's Wrath. So, sorry. Or at least one of the people on the Capcom side of Asura's Wrath. Is this the same trailer? I think it is. Like I said before we started, I just don't think that Capcom's going to make 2 trailers for this thing, and I don't think it's far enough along for them to have gameplay to show yet, so I'm not surprised that they're just going to rerun this to remind you that it exists, because they want to show it as part of their thing. This does have a name. It's not just Path of the... Yeah. Kunitsu-Gami, Path of the Goddess. Thank you. Band Puncher. Band Puncher. Skin Doors. Skin Doors. Still the rage. Well, okay, yeah. The question isn't this only like 30 minutes? Odd that they run the same trailer. Like, you're assuming that they have more to show than this, right? I mean, you know, I think if they didn't show this, it's not like they would go, well, it's still got to be 36 minutes. It would just be 32 minutes, you know? So why not show it? It's their big new announcement, and they should show it. Because there are people who didn't watch the Xbox thing, you know? There are people who are just like, what's Capcom up to?
Traditional Japanese aesthetics come to life through the power of RE
Okay,
Engine.
let me get a little bit more here.
Experience a unique blend of strategy and action in this epic tale. A beautiful yet unsettling world of mystery awaits in Kunitsu-Gami, Path of the Goddess.
Creepy tongue monsters.
Coming to Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, Windows, PlayStation 5, and Steam.
Right, this is also the spot where they get to say it's a multi-platform game. Like, duh.
Mega Man X Dive Offline is coming to Steam, iOS, and Android.
Because isn't Mega Man X Dive shutting down, so it has to be offline? World premiere. Because like they're shutting down the online game, right? Isn't it? Or did I just mistake the name Mega Man X Dive Offline? Okay, yeah, it's shutting down right now. Okay.
Under attack.
So I guess cool that they're gonna. It's almost like a game preservation thing at this point or something.
To recover data before it's too late. Play as Mega Man X and other characters from the Mega Man franchise, including characters that haven't been playable before.
Like swimsuit lawyer. Oh, swimsuit layer. Darn.
Level up your favorite characters and equipment to create a powerful hunter.
That still looks like it has multiple currencies at the top of the screen for a game. For a minute, I was like, oh yeah, offline. So maybe it'll be like friendlier and not a crummy ass gotcha game or whatever this thing was. But I don't know.
Develop over 100 different characters.
We'll see.
Play as a variety of characters, including new heroes created for Mega Man X Dive.
Buttman.
Complete stages and use element metal
Dog Man. He's got that dog in
analyze
him.
recovered memories to unlock characters. There are more than 900 stages to play. Challenging mechanics and enemies await on classic and new stages. You're bound to clash with familiar bosses from the past. Build the ultimate hunter and save the deep log from total destruction.
I don't know. Like, cool. I mean, you know, like, I forgot this game existed until I saw the announcement that they were shutting it down. So,
Mega Man X Dive Offline launches in 2023.
really? Still? Oh, it's still for phones. Okay, so it's super gonna be free to play, and it's still gonna have all that stuff.
Now, here's the Capcom Spotlight Corner.
Spotlight on Legendary Wings.
A new era of fighting games is upon us.
I'm the other announcer.
Street Fighter 6 launched on
It's
June
dope.
2nd.
The other guy's a jerk.
Already received an
He's a
enthusiastic
scrub.
welcome from
He
fighting
complains
game
when I
fans
throw
around
him.
the world. Street Fighter 6 includes World Tour, an expansive single-player story mode.
You should buy it. Anyway, thanks.
Fighting Ground, the core fighting game experience made even more accessible.
This
And
game is
Battle Hub,
incredibly
a
good.
social space where players from around the world can compete and hang out. These are the game's 3 main modes. In addition, we're planning to release new fighters and content, so you can enjoy the game for a long time to come. Street Fighter 6 is out now for
Literally
PlayStation
just an ad
5,
for Street Fighter
PlayStation
6.
4,
I mean, hey.
Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and Steam. Don't miss it.
No, yeah, I was not effing around. You get Legendary Wings on that Battle Pass.
We also have an announcement for Capcom Pro Tour 2023.
Unfortunately, I'm disqualified
This
from
year's
entry.
Capcom Pro Tour will feature Street Fighter 6, the newest entry in the series.
not
Players
allowed
from
to
around
enter
the world will
any
compete in
Capcom
regional
events
matches
in
and
2023
battle to be this year's champion.
due to me receiving an
To
early
celebrate
copy
the launch of Street
of the
Fighter
game,
6, this year, we
which
have
is
our
probably for the
largest
best
prize
because I would
pool
sweep
ever.
these
The
fucking
total prize
fuckers
pool
off
for
the map.
Capcom Pro Tour
They would
is over
retire.
$2 million,
They're gonna need to
$1
practice this
million
year.
Going to first place. Capcom Pro Tour 2023 will feature 3
Who are these
types of
guys?
tournaments.
Who are these nerds? Whatever.
Online premieres, offline premieres, and World Warrior. The winners of each tournament will advance to the World Finals at Capcom Cup 10.
I thought he was gonna say
Stay tuned to see
Capcom
which player
Cup
will
X
crush
because
the
I'm just used to
competition and take home
Mega
this
Man
year's
X.
championship. Next, we have news about Street Fighter League Pro JP 2023. In Street Fighter League, the world's top players form
I don't know
teams
if they
of 4
said that I
and
couldn't
compete
enter
in
this.
official
Maybe I can
Capcom
move over
team
there and
matches.
I'll join
We have the
Oh Hot
largest
Body
number of
Star
teams ever.
or
The opening
Cyclops
match will be
Athlete
held on
Gaming
July
Osaka.
7th.
What is the
and will be
the Good Ape
streamed live on
Squad?
the Capcom Fighters JP channel on YouTube and Twitch.
He's real.
Don't forget about the Street Fighter League World Championship 2023. The US and European leagues will determine the teams that will go on to compete in the World Championship.
Yeah, why are all the US and European esports team names so bad?
Get up close and personal with Resident
Compared to
Evil 4
that,
on
man.
PlayStation 5. The game's main story will be playable in VR with PlayStation VR 2. Thanks to the power of PlayStation VR 2, you'll be able to experience an even more immersive version of the game. Take aim as you fight
Going to guess
survive.
this is not going to be an announcement that it also is going to come to
RE4's
Steam
cutting-edge
or
knife
the
action
shit
is a core
that
part
is
of the
not
game.
exclusive to
And the
PlayStation.
VR 2 Sense controller
Yeah.
makes parrying even more intuitive. Experience extreme
Yep.
survival horror firsthand. Resident Evil 4 VR mode is a free DLC exclusive to PlayStation VR 2.
Because Sony paid us money to make it.
Now
Oh.
on to the next game
Hey.
in today's lineup.
Whoever had this in the pool, congratulations.
A little help here. Look out! What are you doing? Up you go. Sorry, kid. We've still got a ways to go.
Just question marks. Not even 2024. Just like, I don't know. I mean, that's hey, at least they're saying that it still exists, which it's a heavy heart that we must further postpone the release of Pragmata. This seemed like one that could have just slipped away and never made it out. So
It's almost time for Ghost Trick. Here's the latest on the game.
it's always almost time for Ghost Trick if you think about it.
Hello everyone,
What's up?
I'm Shu Takumi, the original creator of Ghost Trick. It's almost time for the game's release, and I can't wait for you to play it. But first, let's get started with this.
My hat. World premiere. You know, it'd be neat if this led to them making another one of these. That's the hope, right? Is that this re-release does well, finds all of the old audience, appeals to a new audience, and
The demo for Ghost Trick is available now for download. The story stars a lonely spirit named Cecil. In the course of solving his own murder, he will meet and change the lives of all sorts of people in all sorts of situations.
best dog.
Things may seem unrelated
Dog of the
at
year
first,
every year, Ghost
but
Trick.
Each person plays a vital role in his story, and together, their stories will lead
How do you make a
to
sequel?
one
I mean, you know,
ultimate
a
truth.
different
So
person
think of the
dies.
demo
You know,
as a
it's
doorway,
fucking simple to
inviting
take these
you into a
mechanics
great
and write a new
big
story.
mystery. It's been 30 years since we made the original game. And just like Cecil, I met many new people, and there were many miracles
Except everyone's a
that occurred
dog.
during its development. I have no doubt these experiences are what shaped Ghost Trick into the unforgettable game it is. To the team that lovingly ported this game, and all the fans have shown so much
This
love
dude
towards
seems
it,
cool as hell.
I'm so grateful to all of you. I am thrilled that through this rebirth, Ghost Trick will be available to so many more people around the world. Now, to wait for its release. And one more thing. I practiced very, very hard for 2 weeks for this appearance. So, should we meet someday, it will make me very happy if it could speak in Japanese.
All right, I'll start learning Japanese, I guess.
From the creator of the Ace Attorney series, Shu Takumi, this classic mystery game is being reborn. One night, a man named Cecil loses both his memory and his life. Using the powers of the dead,
That's usually how it
he
happens.
tries to
You lose your
solve the
memory and your
mystery
life
of
at the
his
same
own death.
time.
The only clue he has is a red-headed detective. A night of mystery begins anew. A rookie detective, brimming with a sense of justice. She too is being targeted, and Cecil witnesses her death. Who was I? Why was I killed? Who killed me?
All valid
And
questions.
What does it mean that I was given these powers of the dead? Use the powers of the dead to possess and trick items. The controls are easy. Connect Cecil's glowing blue soul to the core of objects to possess them. Possess the tire. Possess the bowl. Possess the star ornament.
Possess
You can
the
then trick the
star
objects you
ornament.
possess. Trick the guitar to play it. What will happen when you trick the cart?
It will roll.
Trick the door to open.
It'll open it, I bet. Yep.
Possessing and tricking objects will let you access new areas. Cecil can go back 4 minutes before someone's death. What happened before her murder? Those clues are hidden in the past. Follow past events in real time. The limit, however, is 4 minutes. Help people avoid near-death predicaments and change their fates. Cecil will face death in many forms. Changing their fates will change the story. And that story must be linked in some way to the mystery of Cecil's death. Ghost Trick, launching on June 30th, 2023.
Oh, great. That's very soon. I did not
Demo version available
know
now.
that was...
Don't miss the pre-order bonuses. See the official website for details.
Pre-order bonus, missile.
Now on to the next game in today's lineup.
We didn't know it was going to go here, so we didn't have a logo for it. World premiere. World premiere. Have you played Street Fighter 6 yet? It's out now. Oh.
Objection!
Okay. So they're putting, are they putting, these are existing games. This is not new. Okay. Yeah. So they're going to make a new collection, or are they just going to sell all these separately? Yeah, these are just, they're just putting these games everywhere, which is okay. Yeah, one complete collection. Yeah, cool. It'd be a shame for these games to just vanish, right? So putting it out in more places.
In Ace Attorney, players serve as lawyers for the falsely accused.
You forget sometimes that sometimes people are not familiar with these games, and so
Now,
they have to have
4th, 5th, and 6th mainline Ace Attorney games are being brought together
this bit where
to
they
share
explain
the story
it.
of Apollo Justice and his allies in the dark age of the law.
And you're like, yeah, no, I'm aware of
On
it.
Nintendo
No.
Switch,
I don't know. I played all 3 of these
PlayStation
games to
4,
completion or
Xbox
anything,
One,
but I'm aware.
Windows and Steam.
PlayStation 4, huh?
The colorful characters and courtroom drama of each game have been relitigated in beautiful full HD.
That's funny. It's funny.
Available in 7
Relitigate.
languages: Japanese, English,
Heard of it?
French,
No.
German,
Achtung,
Korean,
baby.
and traditional and simplified Chinese. We've also added voice recordings for the new languages. We're sure there's no objection to everything included in this collection. Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy is currently in development for release in early 2024. Please look forward to more information about this collection in the future. Next, we have some Capcom news to share.
All these games are canceled. We're going out of business. It's been a good 40 years all. So here's the Capcom news.
This month marks Capcom's 40th anniversary. As part of the celebration, we've opened a digital theme park.
Oh, that's right,
called
Capcom Town. There's like some design
Take a stroll
docs for
through the
Mega Man
museum
1 that they
to
put up as
original
part of
artwork
this, which is
and
kind
other
of cool.
materials from various titles on display. You can even play a few of Capcom's beloved classics for free. Head on over to the castle to cast your vote in the Capcom elections.
I'm going to click the Dark Void 2
Participants will
button.
receive a special reward, so don't miss out.
Yeah,
We
put the
can't wait
DOS
for
version of
everyone
Mega
to
Man
enjoy
up.
His attractions,
You cowards.
along with the many other fun experiences we've prepared at
Yes. Fuck yeah.
A Capcom ID account is required to play Resident Evil RE-Verse, our new upcoming title, Exoprimal.
Literally
and to
doing a
use the
segment
online
about
features of
their
Street Fighter 6.
ID thing.
You can also use this account with other Capcom services and campaigns, such as a survey about today's Capcom showcase.
Ooh.
We'll release more titles and services compatible with Capcom ID soon.
Thank God.
Register now for Capcom ID.
What? Sure. Please give
Now
us
for
your
the
information
latest
so
on
that we may market
Exoprimal
to you.
ahead of next month's launch.
Hello, everyone. I'm Takudo Hideoka, the director of Exoprimal. I'm excited to share the latest Exoprimal news with you all. But first, let's check out this video.
World premiere.
Hello? Thought I heard activity on this frequency. Hello?
Do you have your Capcom ID yet? I'm Garrett. Garrett wants to know if you've got your Capcom ID.
The IP's godfather. He was responsible for the entire Exosuit project.
You know, Anchor Division, I assume.
Oh, yeah. We go way back.
Exosuits were developed right here.
I need exosuits. It's our only shot. We need access to the past. All my R&D is just waiting to be picked up back in 2040. Intact and hot off the presses. The access codes to override Leviathan. You can shut it down. The whole thing.
So I guess, you know, like they had really focused on the multiplayer stuff every time they have shown the game off or put out betas or something. So is this
is a side effect of time travel?
is this them finally?
Out of dead dinosaurs?
At least we know why dinosaurs bleed blood. Lozol. Unrefined Lozol in the blood. A Neosaur. I mean, look at this. It's a
Look at all
walking
these
lava
words
stone.
they made up. Look at all Neosaur and Lozol and look at this. Look at all this fiction they crafted.
here. All Anchor project files have serial numbers. Look for anything starting with 181. That's the.
But yeah, I guess they hadn't really spent a lot of time talking about story mode or, you know, the kind of what this thing was going to have.
I didn't get your names.
Kolos, the Hammerheads.
Well done. You fought desperately and survived. The perfect exosuit development project is nearing fruition. Activating Massacre Module, summoning Neo T-Rex Swarm. This is all helping to make a better exosuit.
Good hunting, Ace.
This game seems like it has some ideas, but I'm not super sold on it based on the time I spent playing it.
Project, the Savage Gauntlet.
I don't know. It's I don't know. Survival Pass. Early unlock tickets for exosuit skins. Showing the Battle Pass tiers before the game has launched. Football Man.
What did you think? That was a lot of new info. Before we dive in, I'd like to give a huge thanks to all the players who participated in the open beta test back in March. We were extremely pleased to have so many participants. Plus, you gave us a lot of invaluable feedback. We can't thank you enough. While
But now,
only
please buy the
portions
game.
of
I mean, you know, that doesn't mean that we're
content
gonna-
were made available for the open beta test.
Doesn't mean we're gonna
Today,
give you
we'll be
it.
introducing more content included in the full game.
Can't thank you enough.
Let's take a look at what you can expect when Exoprimal launches on July 14th.
It's dinosaurs and it's people in robot
Let's
suits.
start with the story.
Okay.
Ace, the game's protagonist, is transported to the year 2040 and forced to participate in a never-ending series of war games. The story unfolds as you play through Dino Survival, the game's main mode. Gathering intel to update the analysis map unravels the mysteries surrounding parallel worlds and the AI entity known as Leviathan. At times, players will also engage in special boss battles as part of the main story. Dino Survival
This all
mode
feels
will
like a
also
bunch of,
change
you know,
as the
VR
story
missions
progresses.
type
You'll
situations that
unlock
are just
new
like,
missions
yeah,
with
it's
a variety
technically a
of
story
objectives,
mode, but
including 10-player co-op,
I
a
don't know.
multitude of
I
dinosaurs
don't
to
know.
fight, and
we'll see.
more maps.
We'll see.
The game will also feature an assortment of unlockables and challenges. Modules can be used to enhance exosuits and modify active skills. These modules can be obtained by fulfilling certain conditions while
Okay,
you play
yeah.
the game.
Yeah.
You can also personalize your appearance with a variety of cosmetics, such as exosuit skins, weapon skins, decals, and emotes.
Great.
The
Ah,
game
yes.
also features a special
Hit the
5-player
gritty in
mission
your
that changes
Exoprimal.
weekly. Compete with squads from around the world for the fastest completion times, or by earning awards through achievements, like most damage block with a tank suit in battle. There are many ways to enjoy the game, even after completing the main story. We took your feedback into consideration as well.
So we've
In the full
renamed it to
version of
Dino
Exoprimal,
Crisis.
We plan to implement a mode where victory is determined.
It's all
by
we've
completing
changed.
missions
But
as
you said you
quickly
wanted
as
to do
possible,
Dino Crisis instead of this
direct
game.
combat with other
We
players.
decided we would meet in the
We
middle.
hope you look forward to that. Now, let's go over all the new info we just saw in the video.
No, we.
Who was that new face at the beginning? Meet Dr. Signs, the developer of the exosuits,
Okay.
and the head of Anchor Division,
Oh, yeah.
IBS's elite research group. based on
IBS's?
Bikito Island.
You named, you didn't spell it that way, but you're literally called your group IBS?
The Stratovator, a space elevator that extends from the Anchor Division research facility into orbit, will also be a playable map. Incredible battles will unfold while exofighters and dinosaurs clash atop this massive space elevator. Players will even encounter dangerous mutations of dinosaurs, known as neosaurs, the most deadly among them being the Neo T-Rex. You'll need to work together with your team to stand a chance at taking them down. Oh no, is that a
Oh,
swarm
no.
of Neo T-Rexes? What are Leviathan's true intentions?
It's a rogue AI gone wild.
Wait, what's the deal with this new exosuit?
It's an exosuit.
While it may look similar to Deadeye, this exosuit is a variant.
I was just going to say, that looks very similar to Deadeye.
Unlike the default Deadeye, this variant comes equipped with a weapon that can burst fire or be used as a shotgun, allowing exo fighters to change their style of play. Exosuit variants, including Deadeye Alpha, will be added in a title update following the full version's release.
Sick.
At the end of the video, we revealed Savage Gauntlet, a mode that lets you take
Savage Gauntlet is one of the worst bands of the 90s.
change
I don't care who knows it.
In this mode, players can enjoy a change of pace from Dino Survival by competing against exo fighters from all over the world for the fastest completion time. More info about exosuit variants and Savage Gauntlet will be revealed at the Xbox Games Showcase Extended.
I'm good, man.
Be sure to tune in.
I'm all right. You don't?
And last but not least, we're excited to announce that we'll be holding a second open beta test. This time, we're including additional story-related missions, 10-player co-op missions, and other adjustments based on everyone's feedback.
I wonder how, you know, like...
Check out the official website for dates and times.
They ran that other beta, and they've run a couple of betas now, I think, right? And I don't know that I've heard any super excitement out of it. It's been, at best, like some tempered, like, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this will be a thing.
To make adjustments to Exoprimal.
And I wonder what it feels like to react to that feedback of like this kind of tepid. Maybe they just look at the numbers and go, "Yeah, all these people played it, and this weapon seems overpowered." Maybe they just
second open beta test. That's all we have for you today. See you in the War Games. It's going to be a ton of fun.
Not convinced that it will be. I don't mean to be a jerk about it, but I just. Like I said.
Next up is the last title we'll be showing off today.
Closing with Dragon's Dogma 2. That's the world we live in now.
Hi everyone, my name is Hideaki Itsuno, and I'm the director of Dragon's Dogma 2. It's been over a year since we celebrated 10 years of Dragon's Dogma, and I can finally give you some more information about the new game.
We're ready to celebrate 11 years of Dragon's Dogma.
We revealed the other day.
I feel like, I'll watch this trailer more closely this time because I feel like I have not seen a lot of footage of a player creebling around on a big monster like a little creepy guy. Just creebling, just clawing around, climbing around.
Praise be, for only the Sovereign's guidance can lead us true. Long live the Sovereign of Vermont!
All right. Okay. Yeah, there we go. A little creebling. Some 2-player emotes. Hi.
That is most unfortunate.
That dragon talking.
But it doth not release thee from thy fate.
What did you think?
It looked like the trailer we saw a couple days ago.
Dragon's Dogma was released in 2012. Now, a decade later, I'm proud to share a look at the highly anticipated sequel, Dragon's Dogma 2. Today I want to talk about 2 characteristics that Dragon's Dogma 2 will inherit from its predecessor.
Creeblin?
First, Dragon's Dogma 2 will be a single-player game, but with pawns at your side, it will feel like co-op.
Okay.
And second, gameplay will feature action role-playing mechanics set in an open-world environment.
Bold. Who could have guessed?
The Dragon's Dogma series, You embark on your adventures with pawns, otherworldly beings controlled by AI. Alongside the player-controlled Arisen, you can embark on your journey with a main pawn that can be customized to your liking, as well as up to 2 additional support pawns you can borrow from other players.
Okay, yeah, that checks out.
To form a party of up to 4 characters. Pawns are controlled by the AI.
Also,
and are now
there are
capable
human
of
bones
even more precise
that move on
decisions
their
than in
own.
the previous title, helping you in the midst of battle.
You must
They can
investigate
also
the Temple
help
of the
guide you
Dog,
to new locations,
where they are going hungry.
or give you a high five following a successful battle. It really feels like playing in a party with other players.
Yeah!
Dragon's
Crawl
Dogma
on
2
that dude's
is built
junk
with
and
the
stab
RE
him.
engine, resulting in a dense world woven with high graphical fidelity. You'll enjoy a world roughly 4 times the size of the original Dragon's Dogma, with more to
4
experience
times
than
as
ever
big is
before.
pretty.
The characters and monsters that populate the world.
That
are
first
given
game
life
was
thanks
not
to the power of
small.
AI, and players will feel like they've been reborn in this vibrant fantasy world. You can look forward to a variety of vocations to choose from. Your vocation will shape
Junk
your
stabber.
Arisen's role throughout the adventure. Will you take on
For
enemies
example.
with swords, magic?
The first one doesn't feel too
all up
big,
to
but
you.
it feels like it's the right
We'll
size.
have much more to share in the future. But for now,
They should put fast
I wanna
travel in
go
it if
over
they're
a few
gonna.
sections from the trailer that show what we've improved for Dragon's Dogma 2.
What are you saying? Oh,
This game is designed to enable players to take on situations in their own way. In addition to AI, advanced technology like immersive physics brings
yeah.
pawns,
Look at that,
monsters,
launching
and
the dude up
NPCs
there to
life.
Creeble. Stick that dude in
What
his
would
skull.
happen if you destroyed that bridge, or if you pulled that monster's leg? What other exciting possibilities can you think
I don't
of?
what.
Meet 2
What
characters
other
pivotal
exciting
to the
possibilities
story
can you think
that
of?
also
I don't know.
appear
That's
in
it.
the
It's just
game's
bridge
key arc.
busting and leg pulling.
Ulrika, a bow wielder with a deep connection to the Arisen, and Nadinia, a high priestess of the Beast
Cat
Ring,
lady.
which appear in the series for the first time.
We heard that
What
people like
destiny
cat
awaits?
boys
How will they affect your fate?
and cat
The intricate
ladies. So
relationships and situations you will encounter in the game are sure to keep you on your toes. During your adventure, you will come across familiar monsters from the previous game, as well as new monsters such as Medusa. You can look forward to new player
Creepy.
vocations and many new experiences.
bridge builder
unique to
is a
Dragon's Dogma
vocation
2.
apparently.
Please stay tuned for more information.
Oh
Thank you
yeah,
so
do you
much
think
for tuning in.
the cat boys Creeble better? Do you think they're double tough Creeblers? I'm gonna be a cat boy.
Dragon's Dogma 2 will be available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and Steam. And now, a quick look at the Capcom 40th Anniversary Sale. Kicking things off, we have well-known titles, such as Dragon's Dogma and the Ace Attorney series. Don't miss this opportunity to
You
pick
should
up a
check
few
out
of
Dragon's
Capcom's
Dogma 1.
most
I
influential
didn't.
hits
I
at some
started
great
playing it a
prices.
year ago for the first time in a long
To
time.
celebrate, we're also offering a limited-time bundle of some of Capcom's major titles on Steam.
Might skip that Strider remake. Oh man, that game. I wish that game was better.
That wraps up
Remember that
today's
Strider
Capcom
game?
Showcase. Thank you for watching. We're always working on new games and updates, and we hope you're as excited as we are
It's
for
okay.
Capcom's 40th anniversary.
It's just like it had glimpses of
watching.
being something so
See you
much
next
bigger
time.
and better. But it's, man. It's all. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm saying it's
Hey everyone, welcome to the
kind of
Capcom
disappointing.
Showcase post-show. I'm Andy, I'm on the community team at Capcom, and with me today we have Joe, also from the community team, and we have Nico. Nico, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hey there, I'm Nico B. I'm a Capcom creator, as well as a creator over on
You
YouTube.
created
and Twitch, and,
Capcom?
I'm really happy to be here.
How
guys.
old are
Thanks for
you,
having
man?
me.
I mean, they're
Let's go
40
with
years old.
Yeah, so we just
I don't understand that. But okay. That's it. Nico Capcom. He's the guy that fucking keeps not making more Mega Man games. Send your mail to him. He screwed it all up. Anyway. Cool, man. I don't know. That's about what you kind of expect out of a short little package like that. Capcom kept it tight. It's nice that they had Pragmata there at all. To be honest, it would have been very easy to just leave that out and be like, oh yeah, that thing's not coming out. No new Street Fighter news, but there was an ad for the Battle Pass, which that just came out, yesterday to this morning. I bought it this morning. And whatever, I'll take any additional details about Dragon's Dogma 2. So that's cool. The rest of those Ace Attorney games coming out, great. Something resembling a new Mega Man coming out, but that the Mega Man cross dive offline thing is kind of feels like a sort of deal. And Exoprimal, which is like I was saying when they were showing it, kind of I don't know what to make of that game having played it. It's like it seems okay, the mechanics seem all right, but the way they're kind of trying to push it as a competitive thing, and that's all they had when last time I played it, was like, here's this kind of competitive race against the clock, and then at the end, and they've made changes to it based on the feedback. Like, you can now opt to never play against human players. You can just have it like end, or it'll be like a random thing or something where sometimes you fight the players and sometimes you don't, or in the last phase of the multiplayer stuff. Which I don't know. So I guess now I'm curious to see what that thing ends up being. It will have a story mode of some kind, but I wonder if it's the sort of thing where it's like, it's got a story, but you're gonna kind of play with other players even in the story mode. That's sort of what it looked like to me. But we'll see. I don't know. 10-player co-op sounds weird, but I don't know. They spent most of their time talking about how many more suits and battle passes and everything else they're going to have for that game, and that's clearly what they want that game to be, right? So, yeah, I don't really know about that, about the Doctor and about his IBS and all the other Exoprimal stuff. Dinosaurs falling out the sky, though, is a really good visual, so it does have that going for it, and it'll be on Game Pass, so that, hey. Low barrier to entry. Exoprimal seems like the sort of game you could definitely install for a while. You could put that on an Xbox for 48 hours and go, okay, and not feel too bad about it, but maybe it gets its hooks in you and you're psyched about it. We'll see. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. That was about what I expected out of Capcom. I thought maybe they, there are a lot of people who are like, oh, they're going to show Rashid. Well, yeah, that game is still super new. And so it makes sense that they would push the Battle Pass thing, since that literally just came out today. So yeah, I don't know. That Ghost Trick demo is out, and your progress transfers to the full game. So I guess get to play on that, right? Sadly, the Trojan sequel that I was promised didn't make it here. The Zack and Wiki Spyborgs 2, unfortunately. No Dead Rising RTS. So I'm pretty bummed out. The game's been in development for God. It's been a long. It's been a real long time since that thing was all right. Anyway, yes, the Chaos Legion sequel. Yeah, I was really looking forward to the Maximo sequel. That they're making it. They're making a new Maximo. But hey, gotta save something for TGS. Tokyo loves Maximo. It's their favorite Capcom game. When in Tokyo, if you say Capcom, someone's gonna say back to you Maximo. That's eternal in any language. So, hey, that's gonna do it for me. That's gonna do it for this whole thing, I guess, huh? That's the last thing. Microsoft is having like their extended thing. where they're going to have a bit more detail about some of the games they already announced. But, you know, the question is it bad that there's no Nintendo Direct announced for this time of year? No, they'll have one when they want to have one. It's, you know, it's whatever. And so I feel really good about the amount of information that came out over the last week or so. I guess from the stretch from right now back to the Sony event, right? I guess, you know, I feel like there's been a good chunk of stuff. I think if Nintendo was going to do something, then I think I could see them doing a third-party focused thing, because a lot of these third-party games just got announced, and Nintendo will want to say, hey, all of these indie games are totally coming to Switch also, by the way. You know, they might want to have something like that. But in terms of a big first party, like, here's huge Nintendo news, I could be wrong, but who knows? I could see them having one over the summer, but I don't think they need to have one right in this window. So you know, they operate on their own schedule. The same way Sony went kind of, you know, ahead of everyone. Nintendo will go when they want. And I don't think that's necessarily a problem. I think that's fine. Because they're not beholden to the idea of like, well, we've got to have all our big information in the summer because that's when E3 was. Like, no, it's the opposite. Now everyone can sit there and go, no, when is the right time for us to make announcements? And if it's beneficial for them to do it in this summer window, they will. And if it's not, they won't. They don't feel like they have to cook up something for an E3 window no matter what, right? They don't have to be like, oh, yeah, shit, we got to come up with a bunch of trailers and stuff because expectations will be high. I mean, Nintendo said up front when there used to be an E3 that they weren't going to go to E3. So, you know, not the most surprising thing that they don't have any news right here, right now. But again, you know, they could have a direct whenever, but I would not be shocked if the next time they get together and have some kind of direct that it is largely like an indie direct or a third party direct or whatever you want to call it. So we'll see when they have something more to share. I mean, you know, Zelda came out, you know, they don't have to fucking do shit. Zelda is still like, you know, well, I think Diablo knocked it off some charts in the UK. Zelda is still huge. Everyone is still talking about Zelda. Yeah, what are they going to get out there and say like, hey, the 1-2 Switch sequel is coming out in a few weeks? Dun, 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 dun. They're going to snap their finger, you know, like Horsehead guy's going to come in like, no. Fuck no. So they'll do their thing when they do their thing. And yeah, I don't know. What's the biggest games I saw? The things that got me the most juiced are probably Mortal Kombat and Alan Wake. And maybe that Disney Illusion Island. That thing is really cool too. But you know, unsurprisingly, those are some pretty big games. Alan Wake 2 is fucking neat. We'll talk about it on the podcast tomorrow. So coming by tomorrow, 10 a.m. We're back on the regular schedule now. You know, podcast tomorrow. We'll talk about Foam Stars. We'll talk about Prince of Persia is really cool too. We'll talk about a variety of things and so on and so forth. Have a good one, everybody. See you in the morning. Take care. Bye-bye.